The following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, home for the great games. Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Busch Stadium for Game 2 of the 1967 World Series. I'm Glenn Walker, high up in the stands, the press box overlooking home plate, here at St. Louis's Busch Stadium, where yesterday, in case you missed it, the St. Louis Cardinals won Game 1 over the Boston Red Sox. Bob Gibson with the win yesterday, and he was supported by 16 hits from the Cardinals batters, who would go on to win 8-2. So the Cardinals come in with pretty much an unchanged lineup. Of note, Dale Maxwell, if you watched the game yesterday, pulled a calf muscle running to first base. He has been cleared to play and will be in the starting lineup for St. Louis. On the hill today for the Boston Red Sox, their ace, Jim Lonborg, will pitch, and he will be facing Dick Hughes for the St. Louis Cardinals. So interesting to note, after the loss yesterday, Red Sox manager Dick Williams had his Red Sox players take on some additional batting practice. This is a long series, though, and the Red Sox are not dead yet. But they have to find a way to deal with players such as Lou Brock. Lou Brock yesterday was 2 for 5, 2 runs, 2 RBIs in that game. One of those, a home run in that 7th inning. Yastrzemski, the Triple Crown champion for the Red Sox, was held to just 1 of 4 yesterday. So the Red Sox will need to get him more involved in the game. So we'll take a look at those starting lineups here as the pregame festivities are going on the field below. First of all, let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox. And this is a much different lineup than we saw yesterday. Tartable in right field will bat leadoff. Jones, the third baseman, will be batting second. Carl Yastrzemski batting third. Scott, the first baseman, batting fourth. Smith, the center fielder, batting fifth. Jerry Adair has been moved from the leadoff spot to sixth. Rico Petrocelli batting seventh. Elston Howard will be playing catcher today. He'll be batting eighth. And Jim Lonborg, the ace of the Boston Red Sox staff, will be batting ninth. Then we go over to take a look at the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Not much changed there. I'm having some issues with the with the screen here. I apologize. Let me take care of that real quick. Let's see if we can get that moved around here. I apologize. The St. Louis Cardinals starting lineup, unchanged. You get to see my cool background wallpaper on my computer. Brock, left field, will be leading off. Curt Flood, center fielder, batting second. Roger Maris batting third. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda. Catcher, Tim McCarver, batting fifth. Mike Shannon, the third baseman, will be batting sixth. Julian Javier, second baseman, batting seventh. Dale Maxwell back into the lineup after pulling the calf muscle yesterday, batting eighth. And Dick Hughes, the pitcher, batting ninth. So the pregame festivities have taken place. Cardinals have taken the field, and we're all set to go to play ball here. Game number 2, 72 degrees here in St. Louis. Slight wind moving from right to left. Your umpire crew for today: Al Barlick will be the home plate umpire. Frank Umont will be at first base. Augie Donatelli at the second. Ed Runge at third. Paul Pryor will be in left field. And Johnny Stevens, who was home plate umpire yesterday, he'll be in right field. So the pregame warm-ups are completed. Jose Tartabull getting the start today in right field, replacing Ken Harrelson. Harrelson yesterday went 1 for 4, did get a run batted in on a double. On the season, Tartabull batting .208. And Tartabull draws the walk. Dick Hughes, if you're looking for a similarity there, very similar to Cardinals ace Bob Gibson. Throws a hard fastball. Has an unusual no wind-up delivery. Dalton Jones steps up to the plate. Third baseman batting .310. Yesterday, 0 for 4. Tartabull at first. Just underway here in Game 2 of the World Series. And Jones is struck out. 1 away. And that'll bring up Carl Yastrzemski, the Triple Crown champion this season. Struggled yesterday, 1 of 4. He was one of those batters in the batting cage after the game yesterday, working on his swing. Hughes awaits the signal from McCarver. High fly ball to right field. Maris back to the wall, makes the catch. Tartabull thought about taking second, but he drifts back to first. 2 away. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, first baseman George Scott. Scott 1 for 4 yesterday, struck out twice against Bob Gibson. Gibson rang up 7 Boston batters yesterday. 1 man on, 2 out, no score. Just underway here from St. Louis. A grounder toward Maxville short, easy toss over to first base. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through a half inning. Boston with no scores, St. Louis coming to bat. And take a look at the Busch Stadium layout here. 330 to left field, 372 to left center. 402 straight up center field, 372 to right center, and 330 to right field. Jim Lonborg getting the start. And he will face his first batter, Lou Brock. Great game yesterday, 2 for 5. 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a home run. 7th inning was really when things began to click for the Cardinals. The game was tied 2-2, and the Cardinals ripped off 6 runs in that 7th inning. That meant the end of Santiago for Boston. And Lou Brock was a big part of that. And Brock is struck out. Lonborg off to a great start here. Kurt Flood struggled a bit yesterday. He was 1 of 5. The only hit he had was a double, but struck out 3 times. The Red Sox looking to bounce back from a Game 1 defeat before they fly back to Boston for Games 3, 4, and 5 at Fenway Park. High fly ball. This is going to be a pop-up toward the first baseman. And Scott makes the catch. 2 away. And right fielder Roger Maris comes to the plate, batting .257 on the season. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. Struck out twice. Pop-up toward center field. And the grab made by Smith. And 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals in the bottom of the first. No score through 1. Smith, Adair, and Petrocelli will come up to bat in the top of the second. Thank you to all of you watching on the YouTube channel here, Replay Sports Channel. Hello, Ron. Thank you for joining us tonight. Some World Series baseball circa 1967 between the two teams who actually played. After our replay, both teams ended up in the World Series, but by different means. It was Boston who clinched early in our replay, and the Cardinals had to wait till the Saturday before the end of the regular season before they outlasted the Phillies. The Phillies were hot on their heels, but a loss in San Francisco for the Phillies, a win in Atlanta for St. Louis clinched the pennant for the Cardinals. Reggie Smith, center fielder, up to bat, 258 hitter, 1 of 4 yesterday. Did score a run. Only 2 runs scored by the Red Sox yesterday. High fly ball toward right field. Maris near the warning track makes the catch, 1 away. Jerry Adair, probably the player who had the best day for the Red Sox yesterday, went 3 for 4, had a run batted in. But because of the inclusion of Tartable, gets moved down to 6 in the batting order. Adair, a .291 hitter during the season, set to face Hughes. And Adair is struck out. Strikeout number 2 for Hughes and out number 2 here in the top of the second. Rico Petrocelli, the shortstop, 2 for 4 yesterday. A .280 hitter on the season. High fly ball towards center field. Back to the wall. Curt Flood. No, he couldn't make the catch. He struggled. Petrocelli on his horse towards second. And that will count as an error on Curt Flood. Petrocelli on second on the error by Flood. So Flood tried to make the catch up against the wall and was unable to bring the ball in. Petrocelli given the signal to hustle on to second. And the Red Sox have a runner in a scoring position, and that'll bring up Elston Howard. Elston Howard, during the 1967 season, was traded from the Yankees to the Red Sox. Howard is considered really a key factor working with a young Red Sox pitching staff. 169 hitter, did not play yesterday. And Howard strikes out for out number 3. So no runs, no hits. There was 1 error. A player left on base. No score through an inning and a half. We'll see Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon for the Cardinals in the bottom of the second inning. As we said, Game 3 will take place in Boston. Tomorrow will be a travel day. No game tomorrow. Expected starters for Game 3. Nelson Briles for the Cardinals and Gary Bell for the Red Sox. Orlando Cepeda came over from the Giants during the offseason and basically loves playing for the Cardinals. He told one reporter, over there, meaning San Francisco, I am nothing. Here, meaning St. Louis, I am something. So clearly enjoying being a member of the Cardinals. Cepeda yesterday, 3 for 5, scored a run, an RBI, and hit a double. This one will bounce into center field for the game's first base hit. Cepeda on at first. And we're going to see if Cepeda is going to test Howard here as Tim McCarver steps up to the plate. .296 hitter during the season, went 2 for 4 yesterday, scoring a run. And Cepeda gets the lean off first. He's going to take off. The throw from Howard not in time. Cepeda gets the stolen base. Carver digs into the batter's box. And that's a wild pitch. It gets past Howard, and Cepeda will advance to third. So, bottom of the second, no outs. Cepeda on at third, McCarver at bat. Pop up. Howard's going to try to make the catch, pulls back his mask, but it's into the stands. Just below us here in the press box. Capacity crowd here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. 72 degrees. Carver back to the batter's box. High fly ball, center field. Smith makes the catch. Cepeda will score from first. 1 away, and the Cardinals lead 1-0. Mike Shannon, third baseman, went 1 for 5 yesterday, did score 2 runs. .224 hitter during the regular season. This one will drop into right field for a single. And Lonborg has given up 2 hits so far in the bottom of the second inning. Shannon on at first. Only 1 out. Julian Javier takes to the plate. Javier, 3 of 5 yesterday. 1 run, 2 RBIs, and a double. .288 batting average for the right-handed hitter. Grounder gets past the shortstop for a base hit. Shannon will stop at second. Lonborg in a jam here very early. And this will bring up the shortstop, Dale Maxville. Before his calf muscle pull, he was 2 for 2 and had an RBI. Had to be pulled midway through the game. It was replaced by Broussard. But Red Scheindice, the manager, gave Maxville the all clear at this morning's batting practice, and was good. He's good to go. This one's a wobbler. Petrocelli races, throws it across the field to first, and it is in time. 2 away. Shannon at third, Javier at second. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Dick Hughes. This is a grounder toward the first baseman. And Scott will take it in himself for the 3rd out. So the Cardinals leave 2 men on, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. We're through 2. The Cardinals take an early lead, 1-0. Lonborg, Tartable, and Jones are your batters coming up. Jim Lonborg, the pitcher, will get things started here at the top of the 3rd for the Red Sox. During the season, he had a 17-14 record and a .302 ERA. And Hughes gets his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. Hughes, we should mention, 14-8 on the season and a .246 ERA. Jose Tartable back for his 2nd at-bat. He was walked in his 1st at-bat. There's a grounder back to Hughes. Hughes gloves it, sends it over to first. And Cepeda makes the tag. 2 away. Dalton Jones, third baseman, struck out in his first at bat. A grounder gets past the third baseman. And Jones is on for Red Sox first hit. That one just got by Shannon. So 2 out, 1 man on for Carl Yastrzemski. Flew out to deep right field. A lot of the talk before game 2 is how Yastrzemski goes, so goes the Red Sox. He's the straw that stirs the drink here. Boston media feels that he needs to be the player to get things started here for the Bo Sox. High fly ball toward second base. Called for by Javier, and that's 3 away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We're through 2.5 innings. And the Cardinals lead it 1-0. Top of the order for the Cardinals here: Brock, Flood, and Maris. Lou Brock struck out in his first at-bat. Stolen base leader of the regular season. Boston's manager, Dick Williams, was asked, how do you stop Lou Brock? He said, we got to keep him off base. This is a grounder. Gets past the second baseman. And much to Dick Williams' chagrin, Brock is on at first. And that'll bring up Curt Flood. Flood popped out to first in his initial at-bat. Brock already getting a good lead there, being closely watched by Scott. There goes Brock, trying to steal second. And Howard's throw is not in time. Another stolen base for Lou Brock. And Flood is struck out. Out number 1. Now bring up Roger Maris. Flew out to left center field in his first at-bat. Came over from the Yankees in the offseason, which led to Mike Shannon being moved from outfield to third base. Foul tip. Howard can't make a play. And Maris draws the walk. First walk issued by Lonborg in the game. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda. Singled to center field during his first at-bat. High fly ball toward left center field. Back against the wall. Cepeda will have a double. Brock scores. Maris heading for home. And Cepeda with a 2 RBI double makes it St. Louis 3, Boston nothing. Boy, oh boy. And that Cardinals dugout, very, very excited. A much different reaction in the Red Sox dugout. Lonborg has allowed 5 hits in this game. McCarver at bat. This one goes straight back to Lonborg. He throws to second, and he gets Cepeda, so they get the double play. Lonborg catches it off of McCarver, then he tosses it back to second, and Adair gets the swipe, and that'll end the inning. St. Louis, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They are in control, 3-0. Scott, Smith, and Adair are the batters coming up. Game 3, as we mentioned, no game tomorrow, travel day. Game 3 will take place in Fenway Park. Nelson Briles will go on the mound for St. Louis. Gary Bell will pitch for Boston Red Sox. Football fans, Week 9 of WFL 2022 football concludes with the duel in the desert. The Las Vegas Outlaws, 7-1 leaders of the Pacific Division, take on division foe, the Arizona Wranglers, the surprising Arizona Wranglers. So we got that game coming up for you in our Sunday night football game. Definitely check that out. And golf fanatics, we're going to begin golf coverage here in just a couple of weeks. This is a tournament that kind of takes place in my hometown, the Valspar Championship. We'll be bringing you final round coverage of the Valspar Championship. Lots of golf coming up here on the Replay Sports channel. If you want to be a part of that, click to subscribe, and that way you get notices when we have live games and matches and events. George Scott, the first baseman, grounded to short his first time up. Red Sox trying to get something going here as the game goes to the top of the fourth. Hughes rings up his fifth victim as Scott goes down swinging. Reggie Smith, the center fielder, flew out to deep right field his last time up. And strikeout number 2 of the inning. Hughes mowing him down. Jerry Adair, the second baseman, he struck out his last time up. Can Hughes make it 3 for 3? This will be a grounder dropping in the center field. Base hit for Adair. Second hit allowed by Hughes in this game. So 2 out, 1 man on. Now bring up the shortstop, Rico Petrocelli. Flew out to deep center, but he was safe on second because of the error by Flood. Flood had trouble with the ball up against the center field wall. The grounder gets past the shortstop. Adair races to third. And if you look at that, the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position. Petrocelli on at first. Elston Howard, the catcher, struck out his last time up. 2 men on, 2 out for Ellie. High fly ball towards center field. Flood back to the track. Makes the catch. So 2 men left on. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We're through 3.5. And the Cardinals still lead 3-0. Shannon, Javier, Maxwell are the expected batters. So if you're Red Sox manager Dick Williams, you got to be scratching your head. You've changed up the lineup. You've had the additional batting practice, but so far, no runs. Just 3 hits across 3.5 innings. And Lonborg, the ace of the staff, has had his troubles. While it's still a young series, though, the thought of going down 0-2 heading back to Boston, that's got to be a tough way to be. It's going to be a long flight back to Boston. Mike Shannon hit a single to right field in his first at bat. And Lonborg gets his 3rd strikeout of the day. Shannon made a cut and he missed. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Julian Javier, grounded a single in the 2nd inning. And this one gets past the shortstop for a base hit. Javier on at first. Maxwell, the shortstop, to the plate. 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short his last time up. High fly ball. Yastrzemski racing to the track to catch it, makes the catch. Javier's going to hold up at first. Doesn't want to test Yastrzemski's arm because he does have a strong arm. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Dick Hughes. 2 out, 1 man on. Cardinals lead at 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. And Hughes strikes out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've played 4. Cardinals lead the Red Sox 3-0. Lonborg, Tartable, and Jones are the batters this inning. Red Sox, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They've left 5 men on. Cardinals, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and have left 3 men on base. Lonborg struck out back in the 3rd inning. This one's a line drive toward Javier. He gloves it, 1 down. Top of the order, Jose Tartable walked in his first at bat and then grounded out to the pitcher in his last at bat. This one's popped up behind the plate. McCarver can't make a play on it. Full count for Tartable here. This one's a grounder that gets past the second baseman for a base hit. Tartable safely on at first. Dalton Jones, 1 of 2 today, had a single back in the 3rd inning. Top of the 5th inning here in St. Louis. Cardinals looking to go up 2-0 before the series shifts over to Boston. And Jones strikes out. 7 strikeouts on the day for Dick Hughes. The fireball right-hander. Yastrzemski, 0 for 2 today. Popped out to second his last time up. High fly ball to right field. Maris at the track makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Cardinals 3, Red Sox nothing. Top of the order for the Cardinals, Brock, Flood, and Maris. Lou Brock, 1 for 2 today. Hit a single up the middle his last time up, and he also got a stolen base. Grounder toward the first baseman, Scott. Scott will take it in himself. 1 away. And that'll bring up Curt Flood. Curt Flood struggling in this series so far. 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time up. This one's a grounder toward the third baseman, Jones. Jones throws across the field in time to Scott. 2 away. And that'll bring up Roger Maris. Maris flew out to left center his first time up and then was walked in the 3rd inning. Grounder toward the shortstop. Petrocelli with the easy throw to first. That'll retire the side. We're through 5 innings. And the Red Sox trail the Cardinals 3-0. Scott, Smith, and Adair to bat for the visitors. Hughes through 5 innings has allowed 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. George Scott, 0 for 2 today, struck out his last at bat. High fly ball to center field. Flood gets underneath it, makes the catch. And that'll bring on the center fielder, Reggie Smith. 0 for 2, struck out in the 4th inning. Grounder past the first baseman, scooped up by Maris, and Smith is safely on at first base. 5th hit of the day allowed by Hughes. Jerry Adair hit a single his last at bat. Another grounder past the first baseman. Smith's going to hold up at second. Adair safely on at first. Rico Petrocelli. Shortstop hit a single in his last at bat. Has 2 men on, just 1 out. Red Sox looking to rally here in the top of the 6th inning. Hughes makes him chase after a curveball. And Petrocelli goes down swinging. 2 away, 2 on, and that'll bring up Elston Howard. Howard flew out to deep left center in his last at bat. He's 0 for 2 today. High fly ball toward left field, back to the wall goes Brock, who makes the catch. So they left 2 men on, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 5.5, Cardinals still lead it 3-0. Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon are the expected batters. Red Sox have left 8 men on base today. And if you look at yesterday's result, they left 7 men on base. Cardinals doing a little bit better today. They've left 3 on base so far. They left 12 on base in yesterday's game. Lonborg through 5 innings has allowed 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 runs, and has 4 strikeouts. Cepeda having a great day, 2 for 2, has hit a single and a double. This one's a line drive toward Petrocelli. Leaps, makes the catch. 1 away. Lonborg has thrown 100 pitches. And that'll bring up Tim McCarver. He lined one toward Lonborg, who made the catch, and then he caught Cepeda to end the 3rd inning. Oh! And McCarver couldn't get out of the way of that one. That one bounced off the batting helmet. Thank goodness he had a batting helmet on. McCarver appears okay as he's headed to first base. And now we're starting to see some activity in the Red Sox bullpen. 1 out. McCarver on at first. And Mike Shannon to the plate. Struck out his last time up. Grounder toward the shortstop. Petrocelli is the throw in time. Yes, it is. 2 away. McCarver moves on to second. Javier hitting 2 for 2 today. Has hit singles in both at bats. Grounder back to Lonborg. Tosses over to first. 3 away. So we go to the top of the 7th, and Lonborg was the expected batter, but it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter here. So Lonborg's day looks to be done. And let's see who they're going to have throw in there. Norm Seaburn. They need a left-hander. So Norm Seaburn comes in. We're also beginning to see some activity in the Cardinals bullpen. So Hughes may be coming near the end of his effectiveness. Grounder toward Maxville. Maxville tosses across the field, and it's not in time. Seaburn safely on at first. And manager Dick Williams is going to go with a pinch runner here. He's going to bring in Joe Foy. Top of the order, Danny Tartable. Jose Tartable. I knew I was going to catch myself doing that. So if you had me saying Danny instead of Jose, you won the prize. Tartable 1 for 2 today. Foy on as the pinch runner after Seaburn gets the base hit. This one's up the middle, past the second baseman. Picked up by Flood. Foy on at second. Tartable with a single. 8 hits allowed by Hughes, and I think that's going to do it. Manager Red Shinedace has seen enough, so he's going to come out to the mound, ask for the ball, and it looks like we're going to see Ron Willis coming in to pitch. So, change of pitchers here. As Dick Hughes very dominant through most of this one. And he gets a hand from the crowd, a tip of the cap from Hughes as he heads to the dugout. Willis finishes his warm-up pitches. He gets ready to face Dalton Jones. 1 of 3 on the day. 2 men on, no outs. Best chance of the day for the Red Sox to produce some runs here. They trail by 3. This one's foul ball down the third base line. Jones struck out in his last at bat. This one's a wild pitch. It gets by McCarver. Foy's going to advance to third, Tartable to second. Things are getting interesting here for the Red Sox. Jones digs into the batter's box. This one's a grounder. Fielded by Javier. Tosses it to first for the out. Foy scores for the Red Sox first run. Tartable to third. So the Red Sox are on the scoreboard. They only trail by 2 runs now. And that'll bring up Carl Yastrzemski. 0 for 3 today. He has struggled. Flew out to deep right field back in the 5th inning. The grounder toward Javier. Tartable gets the signal to run for home. Yastrzemski's thrown out at first. And just like that, the Red Sox now only trail by 1 run. And that'll bring up first baseman George Scott. 0 for 3 today. That Red Sox dugout looks a lot more livelier now than it did a couple innings ago. And Willis issues the walk to Smith. And that might be it for Willis. Shinedace is already heading out to the pitcher's mound. And Willis didn't really even work up a sweat, I would think. He threw about 14 pitches. And called to the bullpen. It's going to be Joe Horner. Joe Horner, left-handed pitcher. Comes in and inherits a situation. 2 outs, 1 man on. Cardinals lead by 1. High fly ball toward right center. Off the wall. It's a double. Scott scores. Smith on with a double. What an amazing top of the 7th inning for the Red Sox. We have a tie ball game at 3. Cardinals fans becoming a little bit eerily quiet here at Busch Stadium. Jerry Adair has hit 2 singles in his last at-bats. High fly ball. This is going to be caught easily by Maris, and that will mercifully end the inning after 3 runs, 3 hits. That sees the Red Sox tie the Cardinals 3-3. Maxville, Horner, and Brock are the expected batters. And let's see. The new pitcher coming in for the Red Sox will be Dan Osinski. Dale Maxville, 0 for 2 today. We're through the 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the 7th inning now. Maxville, base hit. This one gets by Tartable in right field, and Maxville's going to get a double. That one just bounced past him. And just a word on the turf. It's a dual-purpose stadium. The football St. Louis Cardinals played a game here earlier in the week against the Detroit Lions. So the groundskeeper staff has been busy putting in new turf throughout there. So I don't know if that's what happened there with Tartable, but groundskeeper staff kept very busy this week at Busch Stadium. So Maxville on at second. And I think, yeah, Sheindace is going to bring in a pitch hitter. And let's see. Dave Ricketts will pitch hit here. High fly ball. Tartable underneath it makes the catch. Maxville will hold up at second. Lou Brock to the plate. 1 of 3 on the day. 1 on, 1 out for Lou Brock. This one will drop into right center field for a hit. Maxville goes to third, and he'll stop there. Curt Flood, 0 for 3 today. Grounded out to third in his last at bat. This one's grounded to shortstop. Petrocelli tosses to second for the only play he had there. Maxville scores, and the Cardinals are back out front, 4-3. And Petrocelli made the good throw there, but Adair, looks like Brock tried to take Adair out there with a spike, so Adair couldn't get a throw over to first base in time. So Flood is on at first. 2 away. Roger Maris, 0 for 2 today. High fly ball to center field. And the catch is made by Smith. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We're through 7. The Cardinals regain the lead. They lead at 4-3 as we go to the 8th inning. Bottom order for the Red Sox. Petrocelli, Howard, and Osinski are the expected pitchers. And new pitcher for St. Louis is Jack LeMabe. Or Jack LeMabe. Rico Petrocelli, 1 of 3. Struck out his last time up. Top of the 8th. Red Sox only trail by 1. Grounder toward the third baseman. Shannon's throw to Cepeda in time. 1 away. Elston Howard to the plate. 0 for 3 today. He's flown out to left center field his last 2 at-bats. Line drive toward Shannon, who makes the catch. And a quick look at the bullpen here. I want to see who they have available. I think we'll keep them in the game. Little thin pickings there for Boston. So we'll keep Osinski in there for now. 2 out. And he's got a single, drops in. He's going to go for second. And Osinski with the stand-up double. Good hustle there by the pitcher. So Osinski's safely on second. And Jose Tartable, 2 for 3. Hit a single up the middle in his last at-bat. This one's right back to the pitcher. LeMabe tosses it over to first for the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We're through 7.5. The Cardinals lead 4-3. As we mentioned earlier, no game tomorrow. Action moves to Boston. 3 games in Boston at Fenway Park. Briles will pitch for the Cardinals. Bell will pitch for the Red Sox. Orlando Cepeda will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Lined out to short his last time up. He's gone 2 for 3 today. Ground ball toward the second baseman. And Adair. Oh no, it's a bad throw into the dugout. And Cepeda advances to second. That ball got by Scott somehow. So the error is charged to Adair. Now bring up Tim McCarver. He's had an interesting day. Flew out to deep center. Lined a pitch to Lonborg. And then he was hit by Lonborg. Ball drops in to Tartable, makes the catch. One away. Cepeda holds at second. Mike Shannon, the third baseman, 1 of 3. Grounded out to short his last time up. High fly ball to right field at the wall. Tartable makes the catch, fires over to second, but Cepeda's already at third. So 2 out. Man in scoring position for Julian Javier, 2 for 3 today. Pop fly. Adair underneath it, calls for the catch, makes the catch. We head to the top of the ninth. Cardinals just need 3 outs to take a 2-0 lead on the Red Sox. Jones, Yastrzemski, and Scott are the expected batters. LeMahieu in relief for the Cardinals. That's a grounder toward the second baseman. Javier tosses it over to first. 1 away. Carl Yastrzemski, 0 for 4 today. Did get an RBI in the 7th inning to pull the Red Sox within 1, 3-2. Pop up again for Javier, calls the catch, 2 away. I think that'll probably be one of the big storylines coming out of this game is the struggles of Carl Yastrzemski here at Busch. Hopefully I'm sure Boston fans are hoping the friendly confines of Fenway Park will be more to his benefit. 2 outs, up steps George Scott, 0 for 3 today. He was walked his last time at bat. LeMahieu, 1 out away from making it 2-0 for the Cardinals. This one's going to be a grounder. Gets past the first baseman, and Scott is on safely at first. So hold the phone. Red Sox still hanging on by their fingernails. Reggie Smith, 2 for 4 today. Hit a double in the 7th inning that helped tie the game. Scott scored on that hit. Tied the game at 3. They trail by 1 here, 4-3. 2 outs, Scott on at first. And he draws the walk. So Scott on at second, Smith on at first, and that'll bring up Jerry Adair, 2 for 4 today. Flew out to right field his last time up. 2 outs, 2 men on. And Adair goes down swinging for out number 3. The Cardinals hold on to win 4-3. As we have the Valspar thing in the background. All right, so Red Sox, 3 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. The Cardinals, 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Joe Horner will be credited with the win. Osinski will be tagged with the loss. Orlando Cepeda will be your game MVP. Cepeda, 2 for 4 on the day, had a run, 2 RBIs, and a double. So the Cardinals take a commanding 2-0 lead, travel to Boston tomorrow, pick up the series at Fenway Park. Nelson Briles to pitch for the Cardinals, Gary Bell to pitch for the Red Sox. Thank you again for watching our World Series coverage. 1967 World Series. We're going to bring Game 3 to you here in a couple of days. I'm Glenn Walker. Thank you so much again for watching the Replay Sports Channel, home for the great games. Have a great day.